All right, guys, we're trying this again. I'm going to invite Bogey and go from there. I don't know what happened, but everybody head on over. And we're going to redo this. Hey, what's going on? Guys, I don't know what happened. Take two is right. I honestly don't know what happened. But I apologize. I really apologize to what happened. I sent Bogey the link. Hopefully he comes on and, hey, RV Biker, how you doing? Fat Glad, how you doing? Honestly, I don't know. So I probably won't be using that program again. So, we're back to good old StreamYard. We'll see how it works out. So waiting on Bogey to see how that goes. But, hey, what's up? That's all Bogey's fault. No, it's not Bogey's fault. It's probably that stupid, crazy program that I was using that I was about ready to buy into, and I'm not buying into it again. Let's see. Everybody's messaging me. What happened? What happened? So I'm just waiting on Bogey to come in and join me. So, damn, yeah. Oh, here he is. Hey, Bogey, here we go. We're back at it. Now we're on StreamYard.
Okay.
I got rid of StreamYard because they were pricey, but I guess there's a reason why they're pricey is because it's more stable.
It works, yeah.
I guess I'm back to StreamYard.
Okay.
So back to the regular scheduled program. Bogey Biker. We're going to dig into the truth behind Bogey Biker. No holds barred. You can't back out of any questions. You got to answer it honestly and truthfully.
I'll do it.
All right, they're easy.
A lot of my loyal subscribers in the side chat. Thanks everybody for joining. I love to see you all here.
Yeah, exactly. And then putting up with the technical difficulties tonight. I apologize to everybody. Everybody knows that's not me. What's up, Rolling Throttle? How are you? Bill and Carol's travel project. How are you doing? So, Bogey, what got you involved in motorcycling?
We didn't. My brother, who's in the side chat here, he's my identical twin brother, and we have a younger sister. And we didn't grow up in a motorcycle family, but I've always lusted after motorcycles, and always. I almost bought a Honda Shadow around the year 2000, and I chickened out or backed out of it. I had small kids, and I just kept making excuses through the years. But I would stop at every Harley dealer around the country. I've seen every biker build off. I've just loved motorcycles, but I never had one. And then a few years ago, my brother got one, and he was riding with our friends, and then a couple things happened with my kids' friends' parents. So they're my age, had some health issues, strokes, heart attacks. And I just thought, I don't want to be in a nursing home 20 years from now and saying, man, I wish I'd have got that motorcycle. So I got the motorcycle and hadn't looked back. And my only regret is not doing it a long time ago.
Now, what was your first motorcycle?
I still have it. It's a 2016 Road King.
Nice. And that's the bike you're still riding today.
I have a Road Glide Limited also, so I ride it probably more, but I'm doing some upgrades or some changes to my Road King. I'm calling it a big dude Dyna, because I'm 6'2", 260 pounds. I look ridiculous on anything smaller than a bagger frame. So I'm taking that Road King and I'm lightening it up and just doing some things to that to make it feels like a lightweight bike to me compared to my Road Glide Limited. So I'm having fun doing it.
Awesome. So, and what got you into, because you got a nice garage where you work on your bikes. What got you into wrenching on your bikes?
Well, I've, several of my friends that ride, they're much better mechanics than me. I'm not all that mechanically inclined, but I have the space. I have a big shop it's more, the shop before I got motorcycles was more of a party barn, but it's kind of turning into an amateur motorcycle shop. So we're country people, live out in the country. I've got 13 acres and my shop is bigger than my house. And I just like to learn how to do this stuff. It's expensive to take it to somebody else. And I learn from my friends and we all help each other out, with all this stuff. And that's the fun part about it. Is one of the fun parts about it is just hanging out and I make some good videos of us just hanging out in the shop and
having a good time,
or just having a good time, something simple.
Yep. See, my dream is to have a 6,000 square foot building, 5,000 square foot of it being the shop, and 1,000 square feet to live in.
Yeah. A few years ago, I decided I had a big house with a pool and all that stuff, and kids are growing up, and we didn't use half that stuff. I thought, you know what, I don't want any of this stuff. So we sold that and moved out in the country and bought land, built a small house and a big shop, and couldn't be happier.
Yep. Nice. So what is your most favorite project to do on a bike? Out of all the projects you've done quite a bit. What's your favorite one to do?
Yeah. I honestly, the favorite one was not something I did, but I helped a little bit. Jason put an SNS, was it 454 cam? Is that what, he did a cam on his, 2022 Street Glide, and that thing is a beast. And so it was cool to see him take all that apart, and again, that's just like magic to me, because I don't understand how it all goes back together. And 475, Jason's on this side chat here, 475 SNS 475 cam, and to see his bike, and now everybody comments on that bike. I mean, it sounds like a beast. And so that was cool just to see that kind of from start to finish, go from just a regular Street Glide to we call it the Kraken. I mean, it's a monster.
Yeah, I've seen it in a couple of the videos. It sounds good. It sounds really good. So the big question that gets asked all the time on Facebook is, what oil do you use? What size handlebars are they? And what exhaust?
Yeah. So the oil, I just use the 50 weight. And this last time, I'd like to know your opinion. There's two opinions on using the same oil for all three holes. Or I had been doing that. I just recently went to the AMSOIL and got all the three different oils for each one. The bars on my road glide, both the bars on both my bikes are actually fat bagger bars. I like them. I didn't really know what I was doing because I was new to it. I really am intrigued by the risers and the T-bars, the thrashing, and some of the others. I'm thinking about doing that on my Road King. I probably won't do that on my Road Glide. I'll probably wait till I get a new Road Glide, if I even do. I'm pretty happy with what I have right now. But and then I just have slip-ons on both of my bikes, and they're the Tab Performance with the Zombie baffles.
I'm taking those off my Road Glide down in Daytona.
Oh yeah.
Yep, I'm going to Sawicki 2-1.
That's what I'd like to do on my Road King. So I'm thinking about doing that on my Road King.
Go to rollingthrottle.com.
Yeah.
And get your Sawicki pipe. He's awesome to deal with. I'm buying. I bought a Thunder Max tuner from him. I'm buying my exhaust from him. I bought tons of suspension from him. Other exhausts for other people I'm working on. Great company to work with, and it's awesome. It really is. So on that subject, what is your most dreaded project on a bike to work on? Like, it's like, oh my God, I got to do this. I don't want to do it. It's not my favorite thing.
Well, again, I'm only a couple of years into this, but my most dreaded project was when my lowering kit that I didn't even know was on my Road Glide Limited broke on the way back from the Stubborn American Rally and was stranded on the side of the road. And then, so at that time I bought some suspension technologies, rear suspension, and again, had friends help me. I say help me, they did all the work and I watched and learned. But I dreaded doing that just because it messed up a lot of stuff pretty quickly when that lowering kit, once you got in there and see all that, it was just a cheap Chinese metal crap that I didn't even know was on there and broke, and it made
the right way to lower the bike is just get a shorter suspension.
Yeah. See, I know that now, but I learned most lessons the hard way. So
Yep. So have you done internal wiring on bars yet, or?
No. I mean, I put bars on there, but I've done them. We put heated grips on Jason's bike. We put new bars. We put new thrashing bars on Marvin's Dyna Wide Glide, 2015 Dyna Wide Glide. So yeah, did all that, and it's fun kind of. It's just fun learning how all that kind of goes together. So I'm learning every time. I think I could actually probably do bars and wires and stuff now myself.
Awesome.
So
yeah, the one job that I dread doing is meat hook handlebars. The handlebars that come to a point, they are such a pain to wire, to internal wire, that's the only job I look at and I go, oh,
yeah,
you had to pick these bars, didn't you?
Yeah.
But other than that,
Marvin had a pretty good trick of using Dawn dish soap to help ease getting those wires through the bars. I'm sure you know all that. But
yeah, I use wheel bearing grease.
Yeah. Easy living's right. It's a Bogey's Garage has 5 guys watching and Jason wrenching. That's pretty close to accurate. 5 guys watching, drinking whiskey and watching Jason work.
Hey, that sounds like a good time. Looks like a place I could go hang out.
Yeah.
And start heckling.
We have a good time for sure.
You guys heckle each other?
We have a good time. We heckle each other. We make fun of each other, But if I'm not making fun of you, it probably means I don't like you very much.
And that's what family's all about, is making fun of each other.
Yeah. There's plenty of material for me and the Rusty Bolts. So, yeah.
Right on. So you do a lot of riding around Texas.
Yep.
What is your favorite ride that you've done around Texas?
The most famous place is the Twisted Sisters in Texas. That's sort of the ride that everybody knows about. But my favorite ride and the best road, and in fact, I saw Adam Sandoval a year or so ago when he was going to Mexico from Galveston, Texas. He went through around Big Bend, Terlingua, and there's a road from Terlingua, and Des is on here. She's done it actually with her motorhome, and she's done it on the bike, but it's called River Road, and it runs right along the Rio Grande from Terlingua over to Presidio. I can't think of Mike is on here. Mike, what's the name of that highway? But it makes the Twisted Sisters look like a straight highway. It makes the Devils or the whatever that one is in Tennessee look straight. This road is fantastic. And Sandoval, after he wrote it, said, I need to redo my top 10 list of roads around the country because that thing is on it. So
nice.
Most Texans have never been out to that area of the Big Bend, but it is something to see, and you will be shocked when you get out there, and you won't really believe that you're in Texas.
JVZ, I'm in Connecticut. We got a question here from the Rolling Throttle. I want to know, how cold is too cold to ride?
Yeah, I know. He's giving me shit because he's in minus 21 and I'm whining about 30 degrees. But I can answer the question, Drew. For me, it's 23 degrees because we found that out on our camping trip back home. 23 degrees is too cold for me to ride. But he's in South Dakota, so he's probably tougher than I am too. Mike, it's Highway 170 is the name of the highway I'm talking about.
Yep, they just got it right here. 170. Yep. And Gerald's got your back on that.
Yeah, Gerald's one of the Rusty Bolts too. Thank you, Jack, and Mike chimed in too.
Yeah, right on. Hey, Jason Busey, thank you very much for coming a member, man. Really appreciate it. You have access to all the early access to all the videos. Congratulations.
Kelly
Thank you.
Gordon's on here. We did a group ride down to the Twisted Sisters last year, and we're doing it again this year in October. It's called Twisted in Texas with me and Kelly B. Glide and all our friends. And so I think a lot of folks on this chat are going to join us for that.
Guns and Baggers just gifted out 5 memberships. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That means so much to me, guys. You have no idea. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Quick commercial break here, Bogey. For all the members that you were gifted a membership tonight or in the past and you're at the intern level, if comes out to $2.99 a month. If you bump up to the nurse level of $5.99 a month or the doctor level of $5.99 a month, and you're a member for 6 months, when I do the members only drawing, I'm going to be giving away of your choice, either a Sawicki Speed Exhaust or a complete front and rear suspension from Suspension Technologies, all purchased through Rolling Throttle. So there is a very good chance, and for every live you are in, you earn points, and each point is an entry. So at the end of 6 months, let's say you get 60 entries, 60 points. You get 60 entries towards that giveaway. And that all it costs is a membership of either $5.99 or $8.99 a month. Just want to throw that out there. Just for everybody who's in the side chat thinking, the memberships, what do you get out of it? I always take the money from the memberships and give it back. That's just who I am.
Yeah.
Now back to Bogey.
Brian, my buddy Brian, one of the Oklahoma boys, wants to know what's in the glass, and you probably could have guessed, my friend. The Devil's River.
Yeah, right on. So, what made you decide to start a YouTube channel?
I wanted to. Again, it's a midlife crisis. I started writing because you see some of these people having these health issues that are your age. So I wanted to document. Again, I have an identical twin brother, Jay Jeffrey, who's on here. Jay Jeffrey Music is his YouTube channel, by the way. But I wanted to document and share that with people. Well, if you do, you can't really share videos, because the files are too big. So I said, well, I'll start a YouTube channel really just to share between our friends and family kind of thing. But almost right away, I started getting a lot of attention, and I'm kind of a competitive person. And I started watching these other channels, and in my business background, I'm involved in some of this marketing, and I've kind of been in charge of all that. So I have an idea about some of this stuff. So I made the first couple of videos that were just awful, but I got a few subscribers, and then one day I woke up and I had 50 subscribers, and the next day I had 100. So it kind of just started snowballing, and then this is, and the guys I ride with are so gracious about it. They've enjoyed it. They participate, and there hasn't been one issue with any of that. And it just kind of all of a sudden you wake up and you got 500 subscribers, and then, well, man, I could get 1,000, and then now you got 3,000 and going up. And it just, I don't even really, I never intended it to be something like this, but I'm so thankful.
It took me a year to hit 500 subscribers, but that's okay, Yeah. But your first video, it says here it's a year old. So you've had your channel for a year or just over a year now?
It'll be 2 years in May. I think until it goes over that 2-year mark, it still says a year, but it's
So 2 years in May. And it was the first trip around the toad and the rattlesnake.
Yeah.
I got to watch that because that's your first video. Everybody's first video is horrible.
There's not even any, there's just music. I didn't even know how to get my voice on there. So it's like 4 minutes long, and it's just us riding to the Horny Toad Bar and Grill and the Rattlesnake Bar and Grill are two kind of famous biker bars around here. And so, cool places.
My wife and I, we've been to the Horny Toad Harley Davidson there in Temple.
Yeah. That's not that's not far from where I
back
live.
In 2012, we were there.
Yeah.
We were driving. She came down to visit me when I was there at North Fort Hood, getting ready to go to Afghanistan. And we were driving around, and we saw the sign that said Harley Toads, Harley Davidson, this exit. I'm like, we're going to go get a t-shirt at least.
Do you know what a horny toad is? It's not an excited frog. You know that, right?
No, no. It's a toad with actual horns on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they have a sister store in Arizona called Toad Suck.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, they're explaining that to us when we stopped in. But you have 186 videos. You have 3,240 some subscribers. That's awesome. Congratulations
Thank you.
on that. Congratulations. You're blowing up. For 2 years, you're over 3,000 subs, man. That's awesome. I've been at this 3 years, and
Yeah.
A little bit ahead of you, but that is not a competition to me.
Yeah, me either.
But hey, that's awesome. And you do a nice mix of the motovlogging and hanging out in the shop and, really having a good time, and it shows.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Yeah, I have some of the most loyal subscribers and followers, a lot of who are on here, and they kind of follow me wherever I go and show up and support. And I'm very thankful for each and every one of them.
Yeah. So do you do motorcycle rallies at all? Probably
Yeah.
Lone Star.
Yeah, we did the Lone Star Rally in 2023. We did the Stubborn American Rally in 2024. I did Road to Sturgis in 2024. So yeah, we make the rounds with some of those. It's hard with the full-time job to make them all. I'd love to make it to Daytona one year. It conflicts with a big trade show in my real job.
In your real life?
Yeah.
What do you do in the real life?
Yeah, so I for 20 years I worked for a manufacturer that manufactured bucket trucks like the power companies and the cable companies use to work on the power lines, cherry pickers, and that business sold, and now I have a little ownership in a business. We manufacture commercial grade inverters and lithium batteries for the utility and telecom. So these utility trucks need to plug in and charge their tools. Well, we make an inverter that does that. And so yeah.
Greg McBee wants to know what camera you use for your videos.
I use a GoPro Hero 11, and that's all I use. I occasionally will use my cell phone if I'm in the shop and we're doing like a podcast. I'll use but 95% of the time I'm using a GoPro, and I have a flexible neck clamp, and I clamped it on the bars, and I move it that way. And then off the bike, it has a directional microphone that's good when there's a lot of people around, instead of the wireless mics where you can only get one or two people on that. So
nice.
Yeah, I'm not smart enough I just got this microphone. That's so I'm hoping I sound okay, because I'm not all that tech savvy. So these
you sound great
with the 360 cameras and all that fancy stuff, and I don't even have a microphone in my helmet. I copy from some of the other channels that I like. Thrash and Supply uses the same. They just use that GoPro. $1 Million Bogan just uses that. It's simple. I like watching all the 360 stuff, and I like listening to people that talk in their helmet, but that's just not the way I do it, because probably I'm not smart enough to. Yeah, no,
you have your own style, and that's what makes you unique. Now, Charlie Z here comes up with one of the best compliments anybody who's a content creator could get, is what makes your videos appealing is to the viewer that feels like you're talking directly to them, which is something I need to learn.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's an art learning how to talk to that camera. I should have kept the outtakes of the first time I tried to do that, but Charlie's a guy that he's shown up to. My brother has played at a couple of venues, and Charlie's shown up. Charlie showed up to the Twisted in Texas first ride and rode down with me there. And so he's one of the guys I'm talking about that just is so supportive. And yeah, it's the best compliment I get is that if you look on my YouTube channel under the description, I wrote this and I haven't changed it since I started. I want to make videos that people, when they watch, wish they were right there with me riding along. And that's the best compliment I get, is that's kind of how people feel about it.
Right on. How did you come up with the name Bogey?
So I grew up as a golfer, and if you're a bad golfer, if you're a bogey golfer, you're a bad golfer. Like not good, not a badass golfer, but you're not good. So I was taking the motorcycle safety class, and during one of the breaks, we're standing around talking about golf, and we get done, and one of the guys comes up to me afterwards and says, "Hey, it sounds like you're a pretty good golfer." I said, "No, I'm an average golfer." He goes, "Well, are you better than a bogey golfer?" I said, "Yes, I'm better than a bogey golfer. I'm just trying to be a bogey biker." and it kind of was like ding, 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 ding. That's the name of my channel. So yeah.
Nice. That's perfect. What's your mic of choice? Skip wants to know.
Skip, I use the GoPro with the media mod. It's a case that goes over the GoPro that is a directional microphone. So if the GoPro is pointing at you, it picks up really good sound when there's multiple people around. So I do have the wireless mics that I'll use in my shop if it's just me and Jason working on a bike, or me and my brother or something like that. But really that media mod on the GoPro, you just got to remember that if it's pointing at you, it hears you good. But if I'm holding it, it's pointing away, it doesn't do all that good. So you got to be conscious of that. Audio is one of the biggest things I see people get wrong, is just the difference. And sometimes you can barely hear them, and sometimes it's so loud you can, and you'll learn with editing how to kind of get rid of that. But
I'm still trying to learn to get rid of that.
Yeah. Audio is the biggest problem that everybody has. And I struggle with it too, but I'm conscious of it anyway.
Yeah. I watch a lot of John Road Reality's other channel that he has about DaVinci Resolve, and it's above me, even at the basic level.
Oh, I love that guy. And I was on his show a couple of weeks ago, and yeah, he's so much smarter than me with all that. I'm not, again, I don't have that gene or bone or whatever it is.
So JYZ comes up. Maybe someday you guys, not me, because I don't do any moto vlogging. And when I do, it's horrible. Could do a video on how to hook up your headsets with the 360 cameras and show people how to do that. That's a good video idea for you.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't use, I would like to see that, because I don't use a headset and I don't use a 360 camera, because I did do a video on what I use. It's probably a year and a half. It's in the fall of 2023. There's a video that I did on what I use. But yeah, I'd like to see that too, because the 360 camera, the only thing I worry about that is just how much time that adds to editing. And I spend enough time editing. I just, the 360, I'm not willing to do that yet. But
yep. And I had an Insta360, and it's double editing, and it's just, no, I can't edit once and then export it and then put it into my editor and re-edit the video.
Yeah,
I just couldn't do it. Yeah,
no, I'm that would greatly reduce the amount of videos that I put out for sure.
Yep. So, what is your dream ride? If time and money wasn't an option, what is your dream ride to just get on your bike and ride?
Texas to Alaska and back.
Right on. Right. How far into Alaska? All the way out to the farthest point?
I'd like to go to Anchorage and then down the Kenai Peninsula to Homer. I've been there with work. I flew there, and flew to Anchorage and then drove down the Kenai Peninsula, and it is just unimaginable what it looks like. If you've never been there, it's not gonna do it justice. But I would love to do that on a motorcycle.
Yeah, that sounds like a great trip.
Have you ever been to Alaska?
No. Closest I came to Alaska would be Fort Lewis, Washington.
Okay. Yeah, you're still a long way from Alaska.
A very long way. That's the closest I want to go.
Yeah.
I don't like the cold. And here I am in Connecticut, freezing.
Yeah. For work, I've been to every state, but North Dakota is the only state I haven't been to. And then I used to do a lot in Central and South America. So my two favorite places are Alaska and Southern Brazil. I would love to do something down there too. But yeah, that's.
Kelly B says, let's go. He's ready. I'm back.
I know. We need to get rid of these real jobs, Kelly B, and then we'll load up and go.
Yeah. If you've never been to Alaska and you can go, then go. Yeah, right on.
Yeah.
Right on. But to me, it's just too cold. I just can't deal with ice and snow. I have it here a few months a year, and that's more than enough for me. Wow, I just can't do it.
RV biker. We live kind of between Dallas and Austin. We live out in the country, not far from the town of Waco.
You're the Waco kid.
Yeah, there you go.
That would have been a good name too. The Waco kid.
Yeah.
You know. Let's see. Does your wife ride with you?
She has ridden with me a couple of times. She's going to go to Sturgis with me this year, and my brother and his wife, and Marvin and his wife. And so, yeah, she has ridden a couple of times, and we're getting her outfitted, so she's ready to go for Sturgis. But I think we're gonna ride out to Big Bend here coming up this spring. So she enjoyed it. She wasn't sure. Yeah, my brother has a song called "The Waco Kid."
I don't doubt it.
But
minus 32. Forget that. The coldest I've been was minus 40, and that was at the base of the Himalayan mountains in Kyrgyzstan.
Yeah.
Nope, won't do that again. Won't do that again.
Yeah.
So cool. So your wife travels with you on the bike. That's awesome. Does she ride herself, or does she just backseater?
Just backseater. And she's only been a couple times, but she liked it. She wasn't sure if she would. She'd never been on a motorcycle before. And so, yeah, I'm looking forward to doing some more stuff with her. There's Ty from Tennessee, and Jose, Terry, and Carol. Man, I see a lot of people. I see all your comments, everybody in here. It's hard to keep up with them, but looks like you got a lot of guests tonight.
Yeah, we got 67 people watching. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I knew having you on, I would get a large following in the side chat. But that's not why I had you on. I had you on because I wanted to get to know you. You put out some great content. I enjoy your content. I love all the shop work that you do. And, I might not comment all the time, but I'm always clicking that like, and I'm watching it start to finish.
No, I get it. It's, as you know, it's hard to keep up with your own stuff, much less comment on a lot of people. And there's a lot of people I follow, and I try to comment on as many as I can, and I like them all and all that stuff, but it's difficult to keep up.
Yeah, because there's only 24 hours in a day.
Oh my gosh, and it's great.
Yeah, and what are your rally plans or trips for this year? Do you have any for 2025?
Yeah, let's see. I'm going to Sturgis again for sure. There's a couple of things in Texas. I haven't finalized everything, but I'm also doing the Traveling Tall Run to the Hills because I have a work event in Virginia the week before that. So I'm going to ride to Virginia. I was going to go solo, but I think Road Wang's going to go with me. And then I'm going to be at a work event for a week. And then Traveling Tall's event is right after that. So I'm going to come back through there and do that. And I think hopefully Kelly B. Glyden will be there, and maybe some of the folks here.
Yeah, right on.
And so between that, Sturgis, our Twisted in Texas event, and then the local stuff around here, the year starts to fill up pretty quickly after all that. So
yeah, last year I did 8 events. This year I'm only doing 4. Next year I'll be out at Sturgis, and that's the only event I'm doing next year.
Okay.
Well, because it's a full week getting out there and back for me.
Yeah.
And the week there, so there's 2 weeks of time off of work, plus all the gas in the RV, half the gas in the RV, and the tolls and the food, and 2 of us, the bikes, gas in the bikes. I'm looking at 10, 15 grand just to go to Sturgis.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. We got a room in Deadwood, and yeah, that's $4,000 or something just for the room. So yeah, I get it.
Yep. And yes, Mobbin, I will be at Mobbin this year, 701. Absolutely, I will be. I was there last year. It was some of the best roads I've ever been on.
The dates just don't work out for me there. I would love to do that. Unless maybe Drew wants to fly me in on the rolling throttle jet and pick me up with the rolling throttle helicopter, and then maybe I could do it.
Yeah, right on.
I see Ty and Charlie and several people are going to Traveling Talls.
Yep, that's an event I'd like to go to.
On the bars, yeah. Despite what Ty made it look like I make a lot of money on YouTube, but I don't. So I don't know if you saw Ty's video, but that was funny.
Yeah, I do watch a lot of Ty's videos. He does really good videos. I enjoy it.
Amazing.
Yep. Where am I staying in Sturgis? I don't know. My buddy's got the campground that he knows he hooks up to, and that's where we're staying. And we're going to be doing a lot of riding out there. We're going to go out the week before the rally, be there, and then we're probably going to be there for the first 2 to 3 days of the rally. Then we're heading out, just so we can do a lot of the riding.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the trips we're planning on while we're out there is Beartooth Pass. It's 8 hours from Sturgis, but we'll just fire up the RV, go on out there, offload the bikes, and ride.
Yeah.
Oh, you think it's way too much? It's regular unleaded. It's a gas puller. It's not a pusher. It's a puller. So 80 gallons out a trip.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Let's see. Bogey Bike is a YouTube high roller. Let's see. Mike says he said at the Chris Campground 2 years in a row. It's a great. Oh, nice. It's right in Spearfish. Cool. There you go. Yeah. So, what about your dream bike? Do you have a dream bike?
I was actually talking to Kelly B earlier today about the new CVO Road Glide ST is pretty attractive, but I don't want to let the paint and I don't want to I have no reason to get a new bike right now, but yeah,
just for the paint.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to ask you that CVO Road Glide ST, the black with the red and the gray. What are your impressions of that bike?
You talking about the 25?
Yep.
With like the racing.
It's got the red squares, the gray squares.
It's not my cup of tea. What actually the bike I love the most in the last couple of years is the 24 CVO Road Glide, not the ST, but that what is it? Competition orange with the Harley 1 on there. That orange bike, that's the one that I like, but I don't really like that with the square and all that stuff. I mean, it looks cool, but it's just not really mine. I think it will look dated pretty quickly.
No, Gene, I will not be out at Ocean City this year. My events for this year is, of course, Daytona. I leave next week, so there will be no live next week or the week after while I'm in Daytona. After Daytona, I have Mob in the Mountains. After Mob in the Mountains is Gettysburg. And then, if I could swing it, Smoky Mountain Bike Week. And probably going to ride up with Corey for a day to go up to Laconia, as long as it's not raining, which is a tall order for Laconia.
Another thing I forgot to talk about, and my plans for 25 is we're doing the motorcycle Grand Tour of Texas. Every year they pick 50 spots around the state of Texas, and it could be an old gas station or it could be an old courthouse. There's 50 unique locations around Texas, and you go there, you take a picture of you and your bike with your plaque, your card, and your number in front of the location. And if you make it to 25, you get like a patch. If you make it to all 50, you get like a little money involved or something. And but it's a great way to see some unique parts of Texas you probably wouldn't otherwise see. So me and several of the Rusty Bolts are going to be doing the Grand Tour of Texas this year too. So again, that's going to be a big part of our year.
Yep. Hey, Throttle Hog, how are you?
There's a fellow
Texan. Cowboys in here. Big fan of his channel too.
Who's that?
Get up, Nail, Laconia, be there, State Campground. Go. Oh, okay, cool. Right on. Well, watch the channel because I will always announce where I'll be, when I'll be. I've already announced where I'm going to be in Laconia. I'm going to do another video about that. That's going to be released not this Sunday, but the following Sunday while I'm in Daytona. So everybody will be able to find me. Hola, Tito. Tito is the mastermind who got me the moonshine for my creamsicle moonshine that I just made the other night.
Oh,
Actually
nice.
made on Saturday night. So yeah, I mean,
So you're a moonshiner?
no. This is the first time I made moonshine. I found the recipe for it. And I like creamsicle ice cream. I saw it as this creamsicle moonshine. Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
So he got me the moonshine. Not Everclear, because Everclear is not moonshine. If you buy it in the store, it's not moonshine.
Yeah.
This is real moonshine that was made in the woods or somewhere. I don't know where it was made. I don't ask questions. He brought me a gallon and a Carlo Rossi wine jug.
Oh, there you go.
And I made creamsicle moonshine with it, and it's got to ferment for 2 weeks. So it'll be ready for the first Saturday night down in Daytona.
Nice.
I'll be there on the 28th. And you'll find me at OF Performance hanging out with Rolling Throttle. Yep.
So what's your daily rider, Dr. Harley?
Well, my daily riders, depending on my attitude and my state of mind that day. Yeah. If I just want to cruise and have a great time and relax, I'll jump on my road glide and just chill.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm a little,
what year road glide?
It's a 2022. I'm under contract with Harley. Got to tell everybody it's a CVO.
Okay.
It's in that Envious Green Fade paint, which was the best color that all the CVOs came out with that in 2022. But my other bike is a 2020 Lowrider S that is way overbuilt. It's a 154 horsepower bike, dyno proven, 165 foot-pounds of torque on regular 93 pump gas. Now, if I throw an E85 and I throw that E85 tune in, I'm right around 180.
Okay.
But that's the bike I take if I'm angry and I need to beat the snots out of something. That's the bike I take and just tear it up and have a great time and, allegedly break all sorts of traffic laws. Allegedly.
Yeah.
But so your dream bike, back to your dream bike. Money.
Well, I have a 21 Road Glide Limited that actually has a removable tour pack, and I love it's in the Gauntlet gray, and it's got some red. It's got the CVO tank badge, and I mean, it's hard to get any better than that. I love that bike. I like being able to take the tour pack off, even though just because it looks better, but it's nice having that tour pack. And so, I mean, I'm lucky. I'd be happy with that bike for the rest of the time, probably.
See, my dream bike, it's unobtainium.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a all original 1936 knucklehead.
Oh, yeah.
Like museum quality.
Yeah.
Or show quality, but I would still ride it.
Yeah.
Around town. I'll take it out and ride it around town. That is my dream bike.
Yeah. That would be cool to have one of those old.
Like I said, it's unobtainium. You could find them. Usually you find them in Arizona at the Mecum auction for motorcycles, but you're talking six figures, and I can't swing six figers.
So tell me, there seems to be like almost a cult following of the FXR. What do people love about a Harley FXR?
What's funny is when the FXR came out, nobody wanted it. It was the ugliest bike Harley produced at the time.
Yeah.
And then when the FXR stopped, then, a couple of stunt guys got FXRs, turned them into stunt bikes. Now everybody wanted an FXR.
Yeah.
And when everybody wants something, that's when the costs of them go up.
Okay.
It's like anything else. When the big wheel baggers came out, Dallas's favorite, they weren't that expensive. But then once it got big commercial and everybody wanted it, the prices went through the roof. Same thing with the fat front tire kit or the stretch backs. Now the performance bagger, everybody wants to build a performance bagger. The price on everything on that goes way up because supply and demand.
Yeah.
The people demand it. The supply is there, but they're going to bump up the price. Boom.
Yeah.
Get a Nightster. Oh, man. Yeah, and it was the same with the Dynas. Once the stunt guys start going all in on Dynas, boom, the prices go up.
Is Dallas from Dallas, or is that where's Dallas from?
Well, he's in Tennessee right now.
Okay.
He has Middle Tennessee Concrete YouTube channel. But you want me to mention my meet and greets? Okay. On March 1st, from 12 to 3, I'll be at the Advanblack booth, hanging out there with Alan, the owner of Advanblack. So if you want a chance to meet Alan and Ty and the rest of the Advanblack team, plus LED and bags, Eddie Bird, he'll be there. Also on the 28th of February, I'll be at the Rolling Throttle /OF Performance, and I'll get that address out to everybody soon. That's where I'll be most of that day. On March 3rd, I'll be at the Performance Hangover Show at Orlando Harley Davidson. I'll probably be there from like 11 till 3. I'm not staying all day. Then on March 7th, there's a moto meetup. It's not my meet and greet. It's a moto meetup for all of us to get together, hang out at Volusia Top Gun for the Drifter Cross, which is sponsored by Rolling Throttle, OF Performance, Saddleman, and a few others, which will be a great time. A lot of drifting racing on bikes, a lot of stunts going on. There's going to be a lot of vendors there. And if you've never eaten at Volusia Top Gun, food's awesome there too. And they got a bar. And then on March the 8th, I'm going to be at Suspension Technologies from 12 to 3. Suspension Technologies and Advanblack are at Teddy Morrison's at Destination Daytona. Easy to find, can't miss them. So that's my meet and greet. But if you want to come hang out, maybe get some moonshine, find me at the Cackleberry most every night. I'll be down in the field listening to music, drinking my moonshine, harassing the shot girls, and having a great time. There you go, RV Biker.
Ken at Lone Cowboy Adventure saying, hey, Bogey, come up to Moyers on April 11th. Ken, I might can do that. So I don't know what's happening then, but Moyers, Oklahoma ain't too far from me.
Yeah, right on. Right on.
Real quick, another thing I want to mention, my channel, I get a lot of music is a big part of our lives, and I take great care in the music that I use. Music makes all the difference in some of this, the way you view some of this stuff. And my brother has written some songs for my channel, and he's got a YouTube channel. It's J Jeffrey Music, JEFFREY Music. He just put out his first video that he did himself. I've helped him with a couple, and we made a music video. But y'all go, if y'all like good storytelling music, go check out my brother Jay's channel.
Yeah, and you promote his channel on your channel.
Yeah,
he's actually played live on your channel in a few videos, which I enjoyed. Good country singer.
Yep.
He plays both kinds of music, country and Western.
Yeah, there you go. It's real country, not bro country.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Or that pop country they have now, which I don't agree with, but that's me. If you like it, that's up to you.
Yeah.
Hey, Sick Bastards in the house. How you doing? Yeah, see, Bill and Kill said they liked your last video. Hey, Gremlin's here. What's going on, Gremlin? Good to see you. So, with all of this going on, and your work life, your YouTube life, the Rusty Bolts life, it all works together. The marriage life, it all works together. It's a balancing act. How do you handle all the pressure and the stress?
Well, I think it starts off with, I have the greatest wife. She is the most supportive. She never she's never upset about anything. If the last minute I'm going to go ride, that it starts there, because I've had the opposite where it wasn't like that. So I'm blessed with a a beautiful wife inside and out. And then I'm also blessed with great friends. If you watch us on YouTube, all that stuff is real. They're just the greatest guys to ride with. We avoid all this stupid drama and all that stuff. That's great. I'm fortunate enough to, with my company, I work from home, and the supportive people that I work with and in our company. So yeah, and I try not to take myself too seriously. If you watch the videos, I make fun of myself more than I make fun of all my buddies. And so yeah, it's something about being 50 years old and not wanting to be involved in drama, and just your friends group gets smaller, but they get better. And I just don't stress about stuff that's unnecessary like I used to when I was younger, and get all worked up and get offended and all the stuff that everybody's so easily offended these days. I just don't do that. And
Right on. Good night, Big Mike. Sleep tight, my brother.
Yeah, good night, Big Mike. Thanks for joining.
Now, the big question that is controversial.
Uh-oh.
How do you feel about people who trailer to rallies?
You know, I couldn't care less. I rode to Sturgis last year, and I thought, man, yeah, if you're going to go to Sturgis, you ride to Sturgis. Well, I rode from Texas to Sturgis. It was 105 degrees the whole way there. It was 100 degrees when we got there, and it was 105 degrees the whole way back. And the way you have to go from Texas, I think there's 3 trees you see the whole time. It's the most boring. It's a terrible ride. So this year I'm trailering, and people that think you're more of a man because you ride to a rally. I mean, it's cool to ride to a rally, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with trailering. I don't. What anybody else does is not my concern. That doesn't make you a biker or not make you a biker, in my opinion.
That's how I feel, because most of the people who scream, "Oh, if you didn't ride to the rally, did you really go?" I'm sitting there going, "Were you there?" No, then shut up.
You know, we rode to Sturgis this year, and by the time we got there, I was so worn out. And so you want to get up early and go ride these badass rides, but golly, we got there and you could barely walk because you've been on the bike and it's been 100 degrees. And so
I rode to Sturgis in 2010 on my Softail, with a Badlander seat. Complete bad idea. Yeah. But by the time I got to Sturgis from Connecticut, I was walking bent over for 3 days, pissing blood for 2 days. I did 0 riding out there.
Yeah.
I had a place to stay at the Chip. I stayed at the Chip. And when I left, I'm sitting there going, I'm going to ship the bike home and fly home because this is too much pain. And I'm sitting there, nope, I need the bike because at the time I was a prospect for a club and I needed to get back for a party on Sunday.
I tell you, before I became a YouTuber, I never commented on a video. I didn't really know anything about it. But I think it says more about, I don't get many negative comments. I'll get a few. But if you comment on somebody else's video that you're not a real biker if you didn't ride, that says more about you than the person you're talking about. I just don't get that kind of behavior. So yeah, I just not for me. You trailer your bike. Let's hang out when you get there, and it's all good.
Yep. Well, you gotta be careful, RV biker. Somebody tried to do that last year at the Cackleberry, and they wouldn't let them in without a tent, because once you close up the back, if somebody locks it, you can't get out. So you got to be careful with that, using the U-Haul truck as your camper.
Yeah.
So they frown upon that at the Cackleberry. Just saying. That's the experience I've had with people at the Cackleberry using U-Hauls as their camper.
Yeah.
You know. Oh, that's another good question. Comments on your videos. How do you handle your negative comments? Like, you're doing it wrong, or why don't you do it this way? You're doing it the hard way. I
probably shouldn't say this, but I usually don't have time, because if my brother sees it, he usually lets them have it, and that's usually the end of it. So I used to get real pissed off and fire back and all this stuff. I try not to do that anymore. I used to, I would delete them if they got too out of hand. I've only had, I mean, I can probably count on both hands the number of negative comments I've had on my videos.
Yep.
But one of them, one video was, there was a couple of guys and it was pretty bad. And so I responded, my brother responded and just absolutely filleted them, but YouTube wouldn't post his comment. So I made a video and I read the comments that they made. And then I read the comments that my viewers, including my brother, that were standing up for me. And it's one of my most watched videos because I did it in a funny way. But yeah, my brother always has my back and he's really good at it. And you don't want to get in a competition like that with him because you're going to lose.
Yeah, right on, right on.
Yeah.
Normally my response to negative comments or comments that are not becoming of that person or, that I really don't want, as I sit there and say, hey, thanks for watching. I really appreciate your comment and your opinion.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it. In fact, my 23-year-old son had the best advice. It's funny when your kids become adults and they got good advice for you. And he would call me and say, Dad, don't let that bother you. That's they're just jealous. I've discovered in life and in business, most people like that are jealous of you.
Yeah.
Most people are jealous of success. Not most people, but some people are jealous of success. And so, it's kind of, I'm old enough now I can take advice from my son. It's like, chill out, don't let it bother you. So I don't really let it bother me anymore. Like I said, I don't get much of it.
Yep.
And I'm sure as the channel grows that will, I watch some channels and I see some of the comments that people make and I'm just, what makes you make that comment? Why don't you just keep scrolling? I've seen a lot of videos that I don't like and I don't agree with. I just keep scrolling. I don't say anything.
Yeah. See, I don't delete the comments because it shows interaction, which is the number 2 matrix for YouTube.
Yeah, that's I learned that is don't delete them. So and
yeah,
Ty, I did a little thing with Ty from Tennessee, and yeah, he had my back on some guy trashed me on in the comment section on there.
Yeah,
Ty,
I sort of get some comments from because I got a lot of parts from Advanblack and another company I won't mention that I ended the relationship with because they end up having shady business practices. And if you know, you know. But like, oh, you just say it's great because you were giving it for free. I'm like, no. If you watch some of my other videos, I will tell you the truth.
Yeah,
I got something for free, and I tell you, it's not worth it. It's. I'll be honest. I mean, it's my word out there that represents me.
Yeah.
But I tell the companies all the time, I'm going to give an honest review of your product. If I like it, I'm going to tell everybody I like it. If I don't like it, I'm going to tell everybody I don't like it. And I'm going to give the reasons why.
Yeah.
Actually, I had one company say, so we're really interested in that video. When do you plan on posting it? And I said to them, look, I don't know if you really want me to post this video because it was a seat bolt. And I said to him, I put the seat bolt in, I went for a ride, and when I came back, it was broke.
Yeah.
So I found it to be very flimsy and, not worth the $2 it was worth. And you gave me that for free. If you want the money, I'll pay you for it.
Yeah.
But I don't think you really want me to post the video. They're like, oh, we really appreciate that. Let me see what we can do. We'll send you another one. I said, don't even bother.
Yeah.
I
haven't gotten a lot of stuff. I've gotten a few things, but I get a lot of comments I get is we watch your channel because you're real and you're honest and all that stuff. So the same applies to if I were to get something, I'm going to be honest about it. And some people get heartburn over getting free stuff. Well, I can tell you, this YouTube thing is not a prosperous venture. Not like we're making a killing doing it. In fact, I'm losing money every year, which is fine. I didn't do it to make money. So getting stuff and working with vendors or manufacturers is fun, and it should be a profitable venture for them to give me something for free, because they look at my analytics and think it might benefit them. So, yeah.
I mean, it's easy to look at anybody's analytics. There's different websites out there to look at analytics and dig into somebody's channel. And hey, you want to spend your time doing that, knock yourself out. For companies, I think it's a smart ploy, because if they're investing in you with their product, all right, granted, it might cost them $40 to make this $100 part that they sell. But if they're sending it to you, they're out that sale plus the shipping.
Yeah.
So they want to see a return on investment.
And if it's a quality product, I want it to be I don't want them to do it and lose money. Like, they're doing it because they think that people may watch. And so I take great pride in it. If it's a good product, I want to try to help them get some benefit out of it, not just send me free stuff. So
Bogey Biker wants to know, what bike are you most excited to ride?
Yeah, it's I haven't ridden one of Marvin in our group just got the CVO Road Glide ST. I'd like to ride that thing one time and just kind of see what all the hype is about. But yeah, that or like an old school shovel head or something. Mike, who's in the chat, has an old shovel head in his shop that we're going to get out someday and get running and all that stuff. I'd like to ride that. So maybe coming up here soon, we'll do that. But so yeah, either a real old school shovel head or something, or the Road Glide CVO STs. I'd like to ride. I haven't even ridden one of the new Harleys. We've got a couple of new ones in our group. I just haven't ridden them yet.
That's why I love what I do part-time, is I work on bikes part-time, and I have a customer, very good customer, has been coming to me for 7 years. He just got a 24, last year he bought a 24 Road Glide, and it's beautiful. And he brings it to me. I do all the services, 1K, his 5K, this handlebars on that. And I've used it in the videos. And he says, I take it for a road test, and when I come back, I'm like, I gotta get me one of these. If I trade in my Road Glide tomorrow and get one. And my wife's like, what are you, crazy? You just spent $3,000 on a stereo. You got the suspension, you got the cam, you got all this. What are you doing? You just got that tour pack that's paint matched. Why would you get rid of it? I'm like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Normally she's like, let's do it. But, she threw some common sense into it.
Yeah. Well, it seems like, I think wasn't the first couple of years of the Milwaukee 8, they had some glitches. And so I think, 2026 might, you're 2 or 3 years into the new Harleys, that might be more appealing or something. But, I'm perfectly fine for a while, and I'm not going to buy a bike just because I think it'll benefit the channel or something. I mean, anytime you talk about the new Harleys, you seem to get a lot of views, but it's we're talking about real money here. Harley's not giving me motorcycles, so
yeah.
Des, thank you for joining. Always good to see your name, and I hear your voice in my head. I hear that New York accent in my head every time I see that comment.
Des is awesome. I love her to death.
Yeah. Oh, I do too.
Good night, Des. Thanks for hanging out tonight. Really appreciate you. Now, when is too many mile? RV, I'm sorry. I don't.
Maybe too many miles. When should you sell your bike? How many miles is like, when should you get rid of it?
When should you sell it? When
should
that's up to you. I mean,
depends on how you take care of it, probably.
Yeah. Let's see. Gunn says, tires for one, looking for a new sound system for the bike. No, I went with the Sounds Digital. They're all the money. Like I said, it was $3,000, but I love it. It sounds great on the highway at, hooligan speed, triple digits. It sounds great. I could still hear it. But it sounds great at 60 miles an hour or in town. So I really like it. They installed it and comes with a 2-year warranty, so I can't complain.
Yeah.
Let's see. Greg McVie says, I'll let you ride my 43. Oh, wow.
See you, Bill.
Greg, I don't get that offer.
Yeah.
And you know how much I love those bikes. You got an offer to ride a 43 WLC and a 46 Survey cart.
Man, let's
Talk
do
about
it.
old school.
Yeah.
Quick question: 45,000 miles, high mileage on a 2012 Softail. No, I don't think so, PA. I really don't think so one bit. I think that's right. I think it's low miles for a 10-year-old motorcycle. So you can think about it. If you do average of 7,500 miles a year on a bike, right? And it's more than 10 years. It's 13 years old.
Thank you,
So you're under miles for being high miles. No, I think that's low miles for 2012. Just having a look over. Okay. Too many miles to ride. When you physically can't ride anymore, that is too many. Try not to reach that point. When I rode out to Sturgis, I was doing 800 miles a day to get there. And when I got there, I just couldn't walk and never mind ride.
Yeah. Road Reality's got 200 miles on his new Road Glide. Probably time to get rid of it, John.
Yeah, time to trade it in, John. You just put it with windshield on and time to trade it in.
Floorboard's probably all scraped up already. And
all right, Bill and Carol, have a good night. Let's see. Hey, NC Crimson Glide's in the house. How you doing, Bill? Good to see you. Can you guess what color his bike is?
Red, crimson red.
Yeah. Hey, Zach from the Bent Rib Podcast. Good evening. Thanks for coming in. Let's see. I just turned 50K on my CVO Ultra. Nice. See, if you take care of it, the bike will last you. You do your scheduled services. You give the bike what it needs when it needs it. Don't wait for a part to fail. Do the parts as needed before they fail. And there's so many videos out there to tell you when to change what. The cam chain tensioners I took off a bike had, 28,000 miles on it. They were half worn. The guy just bought the bike. It had a collapsed lifter. It made the tapping noise for about 5 minutes, and he doesn't want that. So we replaced the lifters. I talked to him about the cam chain tensioners. He says, replace it. You're there. I don't have to worry about it. And they're hydraulic, so you don't have to worry about it for the next 50,000 miles.
Yeah.
So you take care of it like anything else. You take care of it, it'll last you forever.
I see Brian on the Ride Live podcast is on. What's up, Brian? He's a fellow Yankee with you up there somewhere.
Yes, he is. New Hampshire.
New Hampshire.
Oh, thank you, Greg. I appreciate it. Marvin, bring him to Marvin. I'm way behind on the chat. Sorry, guys. There you go. There you go. Collect them points, Calfire. I got you. I've got everybody marked down here who's in for the members for the nurse and doctor level. So if you want to upgrade, you want to do it before May. Because at May, that'll be the 6 months before I do the drawing, just after Thanksgiving. And then the winner gets the pick. It's awesome. It's my biggest giveaway yet.
Is your shop right there at your house in your garage, or do you have a separate shop?
Yes.
Okay.
Nope. It's right at my garage. It's part-time, after hours.
Yeah.
And weekends. So during the riding season, most of my riding is to and from work.
So you've been riding and working on bikes your whole life?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, since I was 16 years old.
Yeah.
39 years this March.
You grew up in Connecticut?
Yeah, I grew up in the communist state of Connecticut.
Yeah.
Who's written the most miles on a bike? I don't know. Because I never kept an accurate count of how many miles I put on every bike I've owned since I was 16.
Yeah, I haven't kept up with it since I started riding, but I probably should. It'd be nice to know.
Yeah. Everybody needs a guy. Yeah, my brother Mike says, gotta have a guy.
Easy living. He's up in Maine, and him and his buddies did a cross-country trip, and they were in Sturgis this year, and then they went out to California from Maine and then down and back, and I don't know how many miles they did, but it was called the Wild Hogs on Facebook. It was pretty fun to keep up with those guys, and I met them in Sturgis.
Nice. The Hook Dog says 94 Heritage has 286,000 miles. Right on. You know, is it very important to do a 50? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. All your services, your 1K, 5K, 10K, 50, all of the scheduled services, very important to do, because if it's done right, the person doing the services will really go over that bike and point out what's coming due, what could be a potential problem, and when you should address it if you have a good mechanic.
Yeah.
Let's see, my 40-plus-year-old only has 19,000 miles. That's okay, Steve. That's okay, because guess what? You ride as much as you want. There's no minimum or maximum amount of miles you can put on your bike during a year. I know people who own motorcycles. They might ride it, 50 to 100 miles on a weekend and say that's a long weekend for them on the bike. Me, I'm sitting there going 100 miles. That's halfway to breakfast.
Yeah.
That's just me. And that's the other guy. Hey, 100 miles was a lot of miles for him on the weekend.
Yep.
Okay. What people run for oils in all three holes? Well, I run AMSOIL 2050 in the motor. I run the AMSOIL transmission and the AMSOIL primary fluid in the primary. These guys, AMSOIL is the original manufacturer of synthetic oils, and they have these engineers that are a lot smarter than me. It says, hey, this is engineered for your transmission. This is engineered for your primary. This is engineered for your motor. And that's what I run. It helps I'm an AMSOIL dealer, but, that's why I run it.
Yeah. That's what I've been putting in my bike the last few times.
Oh, 156,000 on a 2011. Wow. 195 or 19,500 on a 16. Cool.
A lot of miles.
Cool. Yeah. Let's see. Just always check your steering slack. That's right. You always want to check either your fall away or your return, depending if you got a Softail or a bagger. That's always checked on, especially your 1K service, because that'll tell you if your neck bearings are too tight or too loose. And that's the important check on a 1K service.
Yeah.
Yep. So, Bogey, we're at this in almost an hour and 15 minutes, an hour and 12 minutes to be exact.
Well,
time just flew tonight. Really, it flew. Tell me something. I'm going to give you the floor for your final comments and let everybody know your final thoughts.
Well, I'm humbled by all of my. I have some of the most loyal folks that follow me on my channel, so it's always nice to come to places like yours and see a lot of my friends and in the side chat. So, yeah, if you haven't checked out my channel, I invite you to do so. Again, I tell people we ride to cool places with cool people and try to do some cool stuff, and it's lighthearted. We have a good time. I'm new to this. I've been riding a motorcycle for just about exactly 2 years. So half my life, or more than half my life, has gone by already. But I'm having the time of my life doing this and being, if you'd 2 years ago, being a guest on the Dr.Harley live stream would just be unthinkable. And so I'm grateful to people like him that have me on. I love talking to all you folks about motorcycles. I pretty much quit playing golf. I pretty much quit deer hunting, and I just like to do motorcycle stuff. And we try to document our adventures along the way. I've gotten to meet so many great people through this whole motorcycle community and the YouTube community. It's just having the time of my life, and hopefully it shows in the videos that we make. I try to make entertaining videos. There's not a lot of education that goes on my channel. There's more of that going on as I'm learning. But I came to YouTube because I was tired of seeing all the drama and the celebrities and the news and all the stuff. So I came to YouTube to be entertained. So I try to make entertaining content. And I get a lot of great compliments from people that, for example, in the winter that are up north that aren't getting to ride, that they're kind of living vicariously through me and my channel. That's a great compliment. It makes me smile. I try to respond to every comment that I get. I get lots of emails, direct messages, and comments on the channel. I reply to every one of them. Try to, if I just miss it, but I reply to every one of them. So, yeah, I just appreciate the interest in what we're doing. We've got a lot of exciting things coming up. This is kind of taken off like I never would have dreamed that it would. And so who knows what the future holds, but in the Bogey Biker song that my brother wrote, one of the lines is, "I'm the Bogey Biker and you know I'm here to stay." So I'm here. I hope you'll give my channel a watch, and I look forward to meeting you folks down the road and just having a good time talking motorcycles.
Awesome. Couldn't say it better myself. Hey guys, thanks to everybody in the side chat for coming in tonight. Thank you to Jason Busey for being a new member, and Guns and Baggers for gifting out the 5 memberships tonight. Really appreciate you. So all the new members at the intern level, or if you're at an intern level, you want to upgrade, time is running out. You want to do that before May. It'll be here before you know it, because at that point, all the nurse levels and doctor levels will be locked in, and they're just collecting points, which is an entry for the giveaway. You don't want to miss out on that. All right, everybody. Bogey, I want you to hang out a little bit into the green room, and
Thanks,
I'll be with you shortly.
Yep.
All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out again. You know what? I want you to live the best life you can. Ride often, and as always, ride hard.